Hi Aquarius, I'm Desi. This is my channel Starchaeology Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. It's so good to see you. It's a privilege and honor and joy to get to connect with you here in this way. This is your January 2021 tarot reading. This is good for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you'd like a more tailored, customized reflection of what your January will look like for you, what you need to be aware of, I highly encourage you to watch your other placements, your Moon, Rising, and Venus. All 12 signs will be up if they're not already by the time you are watching this. So definitely check those out. And lastly, if you haven't subscribed to this channel or shared it or liked this video, would you please do that? Because your support means so much to me. A little goes a really long way and helps me to continue creating, building this community of support for people like you and me who are devoted to self-growth and bettering themselves so that we can better the world. I really, really appreciate any small action you can take to help me do that. With that, let's see what is up for January for you, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, this is an interesting combination of cards here. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Almost all tens. 9, 10, 10. The message here that I'm getting for you is to be wary when you are thinking about the goal that you have in mind, which I think you are pretty clear about for the most part, at least a goal in one area of your life. You're pretty crystal clear on what you are striving for, what that happily ever after image looks like for you, Aquarius. Be wary though of committing to so many things that you think will help you along that journey, saying yes to so many things, because you feel that fire energy of action, of just taking action and going for it, and that leading to saying yes to a lot, to the point that those commitments overburden you and you end up sacrificing the positive aspects of your current situation, of being in process, of not even having reached your goal yet, but you have these positive blessings in your life, these gifts. A worse version of this is that you have these commitments and responsibilities weigh you down so much that you, ironically, it waters the fire that pushed you to say yes to these things in the first place, that pushed you to commit to these things in the first place. And then you don't have enough fire for yourself to push you, propel you, fuel you to your dream in its entirety, and you end up sacrificing the dream itself. Some of you might be doing this because the commitments and responsibilities that you take on give you a sense of certainty about your path that you otherwise might not have. It's almost like a need for structure on your path towards your goal is more important than the quality of the steps that you're taking, or the content really of the steps that you're taking, the content of the journey. Don't sacrifice content for having structure, because that structure will translate, will turn into burden It will turn into responsibilities to other people and their problems that don't serve your ultimate goal, your ultimate happiness and fulfillment. I also want to say that these commitments and these responsibilities that you might have already or that you might be finding yourself in January will threaten your expectations for happiness. And by that I mean they threaten your innocence. It takes a certain kind of childlike innocence to fantasize about success, to daydream. Requires a level of innocence, of childlike wonder. And if we're lucky, we never lose that. A lot of us get weighed down by the commitments, responsibilities, and burdens in life to a point that we forget how to daydream. We forget how to use our imaginations. And when we forget that, when we forget that we have every reason to expect to be happy, that happiness should be the default in life, we start believing this false myth that we have to be overburdened, we have to be overstressed in order to earn happiness. And that will never lead to happiness, because it only begets more stress and more burden when that is our default mindset. I want you to be careful. Spirit wants you to be careful, Aquarius, extra careful of protecting that innocence in you, protecting your ability to imagine, your ability to daydream, and your expectation that happiness is the natural condition of life, just like these children in the Ten of Cups believe. That's a given for kids. Happiness is a given. A child is never, a child, unwounded by certain conditions in life, or a child in their purest form expects happiness. They know happiness is always owed to them. And that's their default. That's the natural condition of life. It's always a departure from that. That are the temporary, fleeting, transient moments. That is what Spirit is saying. Be careful of sacrificing. Don't sacrifice that just for the sake of certainty, because certainty isn't necessarily good. We can be certain about responsibilities, burdens, overwhelm that give us some sense of certainty in our lives, but those things aren't necessarily good for us. Those things don't necessarily serve us or give us, bring success our way, bring achievement our way, bring fulfillment our way. Certainty does not necessarily mean those things, especially when it's certainty about structures in life that limit us. We have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, Aquarius, which tells me that you know this on a deep level, and you might also be coming into this awareness that these burdens, these commitments, this feeling of being overwhelmed, you might be aware on a very deep level that those things are not good for you. But the awareness without acting on it means that you haven't given any meaning to the awareness. The awareness is meaningless without action that goes with it. So The High Priestess passive awareness is half of the battle. The other half of the battle is having the Magician's fire, the Magician's masculine, action-oriented approach to make what the High Priestess reflects on and realizes on a deep internal level, to make that valuable, to make that meaningful in your life. Don't let these burdens, these responsibilities blind you. Don't let them obstruct your path towards that rainbow, towards that light at the end of the tunnel for you. The tunnel itself can be beautiful. A child in the tunnel sees it as an adventure. A child in the tunnel doesn't doubt the light at the end of it. It's like, of course the light's at the end of it, but I'm in a tunnel now, and this is a special, unique experience in itself. It's almost what I'm hearing, Aquarius, is not having certainty in your daily actions that might be weighing you down. Yes, those things can provide you certainty. That kind of certainty does not mean success. The certainty that you need to have is in your destination. It's a faith. It's a certainty that you'll get where you need to go. You'll be where you need to be. And that is what, if you're acting with that mission as your highest purpose, and everything that you do is in service to that mission, then you can rest in the certainty of knowing that you are acting in alignment with your highest self. And don't conflate that certainty with the little daily certainties that might provide you temporary false senses of security. That's not true certainty. That's not true fulfillment. I hope that was helpful, Aquarius. I'd love to hear how this manifests specifically for you in your life. Feel free to comment below and let me know. And if you haven't liked this video, subscribe to this channel, or shared it with anyone who you think is struggling and needs a boost right now, please take a moment and do that. It would mean so much to me, so much to the future of this channel. And thank you for being part of this community. I am so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful for this sacred time with you. I love you, and I am wishing you the best 2021. Happy New Year. I'll see you next time.